Right, so just something just to remind you, you do get a periodic table in your test, and it looks like this, except yours will be the right way up. Some kind of glitch with the software, sorry about that. But basically, if you just look at this periodic table, you can see what information you will be given, and you are given the atomic number. So we've got these numbers, that tells us how many protons and electrons in a neutral atom. So you've got that for all the elements. You haven't got the name, so you would be expected to know the names from the symbols, so you do need to learn those. And the ones that you need to know the electron configurations for are all the ones in this blue shape. So that's the first 20. So you need to know be able to work out the electron configurations for the first 20. It's easier to know how to work them out than memorise them, and you will be given mass numbers if you need to do anything with those. You don't need to memorise and learn those. Okay, so just moving on then, what we have here is what's called the short periodic table of elements, and what we've got is the first 20 elements. And so that it all fits on the page, we've missed out all the ones that would normally fit into this gap here. So it makes it a bit narrow. And what I want to just do is just very quickly explain a couple of things about the electron configurations, because sometimes people find it easier this way. First of all, if an element is in group 18, that's this last group here, then it has a full shell of electrons. Its outer shell is full. So helium has got the first shell full, so its electron configuration is just 2. Neon is full, so its electron configuration is 2, 8. Argon is full, so its electron configuration is 2, 8, 8. So the thing you'll notice actually, if they're in this row, the first row, they've only got one electron shell with electrons in. If they're in the second row, they have got 2 shells with electrons in, and if they're in this third row, they've got 3 shells. 1, 2, 3. So that means these last 2 here, which are in the fourth row going across, they have got 4 electron shells, and they've got electrons in the 4 electron shells. So if we look across the second row, which is called the second period, we know that all of these atoms have got electrons in those 2 shells. They've got no electrons in the third shell. Question is, so it's going to be 2 something, but what is the something, and how do we work that out quickly from the periodic table? And what we actually do is we need to look at the last number of the group. So that's 2 there, because the last number of 2 is 2. Last number of 13 is 3. Let's just put the 2 in there. Last number there is 4. Last number there is 5. So everything in group 5, all the elements in group 5 have got 5 electrons in their outer shell. And all the elements in group 6, 16, have got 6, because that's the last number there. They've got 6 electrons in their outer shell. So that means that beryllium, it's got 2 shells, because it's in the second period or second row. It's in group 2, so the second number is 2. Boron, which is this one, is in group 13. Last number is 3. So that electron configuration is 2, 3. And oxygen's in group 16. And if it's in group 16, the last number is 6. And if the last number is 6, it's got 6 electrons. so we know that its electron configuration is 2, 6. So let's just pick another couple of random ones. If we take aluminium now, aluminium is in the 3rd period, so it's got 3 shells. So the first 2 are full, 2, 8, and then we know that it's in this group here, group 13, so there are 3 in the last shell. If we take chlorine, chlorine is in the 3rd row, so it's 2, 8, and the last ones are in the outer shell there. That's in group 17, so the last number is 7, and that's 2, 8, 7. Magnesium is also in the 3rd period, so it's 2, 8, and then it's 2. Can you work out why it's 2? Calcium is 2, 8, 8, 2. 4 numbers because it's got 4 shells, it's in the 4th row, it's in group 2, so it has 2 electrons in the outer shell. So what you will notice, everything in group 2 has 2 in the outer shell, everything in group 13 has 3 in the outer shell, everything in group 14 has 4 in the outer shell, and so on.